everybody's doing well and they're healthy and they're just playing around on YouTube and you came across my page. So if you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you're not, well, click subscribe so you can keep track of our videos. So today is a completely different video. I am gonna start a series and it is basically my guilty pleasure on YouTube. I love Teslas. Who here has started following Teslas? If you haven't started looking at them, I urge you to go look at them. They are amazing. So I think my first brush in with Tesla was like 4 or 5 years ago. We were at the Sarasota UTC Mall when they first opened, and it's in Florida, and they had a Tesla showroom, and I was like, what is this? I have no idea what these cars are. And we started seeing them, like, they're really cool. And then I looked at the price, and I'm like, oh, hold the heck up. My bad. They're really cool for rich people. So it's been kind of like one of those things. Every time we go to the mall, I look at them, I'm like, oh, those were so cool. And then we went to the mall in October of last year, and I was introduced to the Model 3. Oh, life changed very quickly for me. So we are right now in the process of, as a family, weighing out the pros and cons of actually buying one of these things. So I've done hours and hours of research, aka YouTube binge watching, and I've come up with some lists, and I hope that maybe I can help you decide pros, cons, in the middles, like I don't knows. Leave some comments, leave me some feedback, and let's talk about this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to sit on this for a few more months. Right now, the economy is crashing. Tesla has closed their factories down to help make emergency like healthcare supplies. So even if I was to order a Tesla today, which by the way, you can go on to Tesla's website and pre-order for $100, which is pretty cool, But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to take some of this time, especially since we're not really spending money, and we're gonna try to save a little bit. So this comes to my first con of Tesla. And you know, everybody kind of thinks differently, so maybe my expensive isn't your expensive, but I think the first con is the price. Even though the Model 3 base price is like $35,000, and that is going down, by the way, every couple months. You can buy a couple $100 here and there if you keep your eye on it. $35,000 is still pretty expensive to me for a car. I get it, it's a new car. Us as a family, we typically don't buy new. We typically buy a year or two used, maybe 3. Right now I'm driving a 2008 Navigator, Lincoln Navigator that we bought 5 years used. That car we will be running through the ground. It's been paid off, praise Jesus. And we use it for family road trips. But the biggest con of that car is it's 13 miles to the gallon. I mean, just driving to the next town over, I'm paying $5. It's just, it's a gas guzzler, but I'll never get rid of it. It's our Home Depot, Lowe's travel trip. Hook the boat up, hook a little trailer up to go move stuff around. You know, the car is scratched and dented now. We've had it for so long, and it's, you know, it's a good car. So that was an expensive car, new, and I see the value in it because it still lasts and it still looks really good for its age. My other car is a 2008 Mustang EcoBoost, and that's the car I'm thinking of trading out for my Tesla, for a Tesla. See, I'm already talking about it like it's mine. So the base price of my Mustang when I bought it, and I was able to haggle down, I got it a year used, and it had like 10,000 miles on it. I was able to get it out the door for $24,000, which was still a little high for what I wanted to pay for it. But at the time, I thought it was a really good deal. Since then, this last year, I've been having transmission issues with it. And I'm very much a pro Ford person. Buy American, buy American. If anything teaches you guys, this pandemic, buy American if you live in America. Buy in the country you live. So if you live in Germany, buy Volkswagen. They're an amazing company. Buy local. Keep your people working local. I'm so pro that wherever you live. But this Ford Mustang, we've had several Mustang over the years. My husband's a Mustang fanatic. He's rebuilt them. He loves the GTs. He loves the Shelbys. This is the lemon of all the Mustangs. So Tesla or no Tesla, I think we're going to have to get rid of it sooner than later because it's been in the shop a lot. It's had a lot of warranty work done. And I only got like 3,500 miles left till my warranty's over. So we're going to have to make the move. So looking at Teslas, you know, we looked at the price, 35,000 base. But then you want to add things. Like I'm okay, like right now, I know a couple years ago, black was the free color. This right now, white's the free color. I don't need a color. I don't need to pay more for a color because I can just get it wrapped. I know some people that do that locally. If I wanted to change it, I like white. We live in South Florida. It is hot, Africa hot here. It's terrible. So white's good. Black interior is a little hot, but it's free. I'd probably take the black interior. Where they get you is the ranges of the batteries and the self-driving capability. So to add self-driving, it's $7,000. But they say when self-driving comes out, it's supposed to come out fully by the end of 2020. You basically have a car that drives itself. And as somebody that drives a lot for work, not right now, but typically I drive a lot to work for work because I go in between clients' houses. That's big. You know, I end up working really long days, and to have that kind of second eye on the road for me is really, really nice. Long road trips, it would be really nice. The safety capabilities of that is really nice. You know, that's really something that my husband specifically wants to add. So then we have an extra $7,000. So now we're at $42,000. Okay. Then you have the batteries. You know, you have standard range plus. By the way, if you go online and you want standard range, you have to call Tesla and have them do that. They only give you the option for standard range plus online. So you have to call them to get a standard range. I think for us, we'd probably go standard range plus, which adds a couple $1,000s more. So now we're up to like, I mean, I built my Tesla like 3 times and never hit submit. I think I'm at like $49,000 for a car. So we're looking at $50,000 right now, right? And I mean, I've looked at all the videos that do the Excel spreadsheet. I think it's worth it. I do. So I put almost $200 worth of gas into my car a month. Not this month, because I haven't really gone anywhere. But typically, I put $200 worth of gas. So when I take my payment for my Mustang, and then I add $200, the Tesla payment is not that much more. And then there's oil changes. My husband does my oil changes. So like $20, $25 each time. Gotta do that a couple times a year. Batteries, they don't last very long. Gotta do that. Fluids, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, all that. Like, Tesla doesn't have that. Tesla has one giant ass battery. They got some brakes, and because of regenerative braking, which means basically you're driving a very fast golf cart. So when you take your foot off the gas, it stops. So there's really not a lot of reason to use the brakes that much. So your brakes last twice as long. Tires, we're gonna go through tires no matter what kind of car you have. So I think it's worth it. I really do. You can charge it at home. So I know 2 people personally that have Teslas. One is a friend of mine. She lives here locally in South Florida, and she's a 2014 Model S that she got used a couple years ago. She joked because she said that her husband bought it for her just like on a whim and said, look at this cool new toy. And she's like, oh my God, what did he waste her money on? And she loves it. She said she would never be without it. And she doesn't want a new one. She loves it just so much. And so she kind of sold me. And then my husband's best friend, they live in North Carolina. They got a Model 3, sorry, not a Model S, a Model 3, used, great deal. Totally worth it, they said. They're on the Tesla choo-choo train. So, what else makes Tesla just better than the others? Environmentally, there's no emissions. There's no oils. There's no dirty waters coming out of your car. It's clean. You're not contributing to anything to Mother Nature that's going to harm it, which is pretty amazing to me. The other thing that's amazing is that their batteries can last like 500,000 miles, 600,000 miles. As somebody that likes to keep cars, that's amazing. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be sick of my car in 10, 12, 15 years. And it's gonna be my choice to upgrade my car, not my car forcing me to upgrade because it's no longer working. That's amazing. Like, how many of us really do love the cars that we drive? And when they die, it's like, and then how many of us get the same damn car again? I mean, that's really reality for a lot of people. I'm a simple person. It's hard for me to find something I like, but when I find it, I like to stick with it. Kind of like Heinz ketchup. You know, there's nothing better out there. Charging at home. So I can put my car on the charger at night when I get home, and it's gonna charge, and I don't have to worry about it. So from the two people I've talked to, electric bills only go up at like $15 to $25 a month. That's great. Now remember, your electric bill is different compared to where you live. I live in Florida. I'm on FPL, Florida Power and Light. We actually have some of the lowest electricity bills in the United States. Thank you, solar power. So I know we pay a lot less than compared to somebody like maybe in LA or New York City. So that's something to kind of think about, do your research. But that is like how much time I spend in gas stations alone. Now the downside of that though is like if we were to do a road trip, I do know that that's going to add time onto our road trip. You know, you're gonna sit at a supercharger for 30, 35 minutes. But if you make the best of it, you can get everything you need to get done during that stop. You know, it's perspective. It's all how you look at it, right? If you want something to be negative, it's gonna be negative. If you want something to be positive, it's gonna be positive. Safety, last but not least, safety. So I come from first responder, married to a first responder. My cousin's a first responder. My best friend's a first responder. My uncle's first responder. Like, we are all police, fire, EMS, family. The safety is ridiculous. So they say that in the Model 3, even though it's got a glass roof, you could stick 5 other Model 3s on top before it even starts to crush. I've seen a couple accidents videos of the Teslas been in rollover crashes, which first off, it's very hard to roll over a Tesla because all the weight's on the bottom, kind of like a convertible, a little harder because all the weight's on the bottom if you know anything about cars. I'm a car guru, by the way. So it's hard to flip, but once you do flip it, I saw the picture of this Tesla and it looked great for a rollover accident. And I guess the person in it didn't hurt themselves at all. Had like a little whiplash and that was it. So safety is huge. I live in Florida. Anybody else here live in Florida or a highly tourist state? If you know what I mean, tourist. We have the saying at home, stupid tourist, when you like can't drive where you're going. Yeah. Come back to Florida when we're not sick and you're not sick anymore, but learn how to drive or take Uber, because the amount of car accidents in this area is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So that is something I think about when I bought cars. You know, I know my Navigator is super good, super safe. My Mustang, not so much. I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking when I bought that car. So tell me your opinions on the Tesla. Who here owns a Tesla? Are you thinking about buying a Tesla? Let's do this journey together. I'd like to get some perspectives, some thoughts. Maybe do a video, answer some questions. I feel like I know the Teslas pretty well. We've gone and we have test driven a few of the Model X's and the Model S that they've had used. But I think that if we do, by the grace of God, find a used Tesla, that's a decent price, because it's very hard to find them, by the way. We'll have to buy them through Tesla, because Tesla actually gives you extra warranty on your used car versus like buying it from a Ford or a Chevy dealership that just brought it in on trade, or they maybe bought it at auction. So that is something else that I've learned about the Teslas. So I'm going to do some more Tesla journey videos. I'm going to update and give me some questions, give me some feedback. I'm going to do a video rebuttaling those, and then I will take you on our journey when we do go back and look and maybe buy. So that is it for today. Like, subscribe, comment, follow us, stay well, please. For the love of God, stay well. Eat healthy. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.